It's your chance to introduce the players.
And we have DauT versus Nicov game 1, and let's see, we have DauT playing in the Buka, or playing as the Turks actually, and well, I mean, it will be a very interesting map as we see the Shadow already in the middle, but let's go over his map first. I mean, he has a pretty okay map, I would say. He has 2 back golds, the stone pretty close as well, so not looking with a pretty bad map. And let's look at Nicov real fast as he's playing as the Turks as well. So mirror matchup as expected in game 1. Already going for the sheep really fast on the shallow, securing everything so he doesn't get lamed, as we know, very important in these matches. And he's working with a pretty interesting map actually. Look at the stones behind the wood on the left. What do you think about that, Nili?
The map looks so weird. Like DauT has more of a ball of an island, or like his part, and Nicov is just so stretched out here. If you look at the minimap, it looks so weird, and I cannot really say what's better. At the moment, it feels like Nicov has a pretty long distance to get to the middle water, but DauT's short distance is just to the side as well. So I believe we will not see our typical two players will simply go for Crash and then later into Boom, but we will see some sneaky moves here.
Oh, definitely. I mean, already look at Nicov going for for DauT's base. I mean, trying to find something. I don't think we will see a boar web as the distance is very far, but he should be able to snag those sheep as yeah. My bad. If he does see them fast enough, I mean, I won't. Yeah, never mind. I would have been okay there. DauT will pick them up as he's already moving back to his own island, maybe to push the 3 deers. So let's see if that will be the case.
And DauT finding the rest of his sheep, and yeah, we will expect somewhat of a deer pushing there. But DauT, if I have to name someone, one of the least deer pushing guys, he really likes to win with information and scout the enemy and do clever decisions based on the strategy and map of his enemy. Compared to pushing the deer like a guy like MBL would be going for.
Yeah, definitely. And we see Nicov already pushing and DauT coming. Maybe he will try to stop the push. He could actually take a nice scout fight, but he will go actually down and now going back. Again, a little bit not... I'm not sure what he's doing now. He's going forward again. DauT really is confusing me for sure. And now, if Nicov wants that, I mean, he will trap the scout, and that will be very huge. No deer pushing will happen if he does trap the scout. This could be very interesting. He's coming with the forward house, so does not look like he will wall, just a typical borrower incoming from Nicov.
Yeah, he has the 5 on wood, so wants to go for the forward dock here and get some fishing ship out. What is DauT going for? He has 5 on wood as well, so he will go for the side dock. But yeah, probably a very long distance. Stealing some sheep is what DauT is trying to go for, but most likely Nicov will get those two.
Yeah, definitely looks like he will get them quite easily, as the sheep will now get picked off by Nikov's villager or the scout. Yes, it does. So pretty expected stuff there. Nothing much happening. And DauT is still missing 2 sheep, by the way. If you look down near that square cliff, you can see there's 2 sheep missing. And now DauT's scout might even get trapped if Nicov decides to wall that up. And he won't be able to get those 2 sheep. That might hurt him a little bit, but I don't think that will be a big problem.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They both have extra sheep as it seems, so that won't really influence them. But look at DauT, very late with the second boar. Look at that, 6 minutes and still not getting it. So going for sheep quite heavily as it seems, and that kind of spells a non-grass, maybe fast castle strategy.
Yeah, definitely could be the case. I mean, he has done some very interesting stuff this tournament so far, and I mean, if anyone would do it, I think that that would be DauT entirely. So we will have to see. The boar is quite late, I agree. I mean, almost 7 minutes in, and the boar is barely getting killed as the first boar is slowly running out. So it will be interesting if he decides to wall up and go for that strategy.
Yeah, we'll see. Nicov obviously has a perfect strategy to defend against land attacks. Very tight area, could easily wall off all his sides, has all his spots very far in the back. Only if DauT would have miraculously managed to have a sneak here very far on the left hand side, then he could have done something. But this feels like Nicov will have a very strong boom with super safe resources.
Yeah, I totally agree. And if you look at relics, which might come in favor on this map, I mean, it's quite interesting. We have two for Nicov, one in the corner and one down below, and DauT one near the sheep he hasn't found, and one for Nicov as well. So Nicov 3-1 on the relics so far. Are there four relics on this map, or am I
Yeah,
really
there
missing
is one
something?
on the hill next to the extra bore of like it's screen
Oh,
down
yeah,
to
I
the
see.
dock.
Yeah, I saw it. Okay, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
thank you.
4-1
So,
relics.
yeah, really interesting. I mean, Turks really gold heavy as we know, so if Nicov does get that, and we do get to that 40-45 minute mark, this might be really important to pick those relics up, because they do generate all of that extra gold by the time, so that might be quite important as well.
We'll see. DauT now going heavily on wood, so maybe some water control indeed is an option for him. Going even for 5th fishing ship. Not 100% sure if Highland is the map where you want to go for 5 fishing ship. And DauT actually didn't find his main gold spot. Look at that. DauT is going for an extra gold.
Oh my god, that is so unlucky from him not finding that. I mean, he should realize it's somewhere. Like, he definitely knows it's not a bugged map, but just doubt being lazy with the scouting. Look at this scout just AFK right now, barely moving. That is really unlucky. I mean, the gold he's taken is definitely not bad, but I mean, I don't think it's a big problem. But again, just those little things that do matter on some extent, because the gold is further, have to walk a little bit more, but I think he should be fine. And here comes the second dog from DauT, same from Nicov, so quite mirrored builds right now. DauT having that one extra fishing ship dose, and here we go, Nicov on the feudal on the feudal age already, DauT following soon, so we will see actually full water control in my opinion. What do you think, Nili?
Yeah, looks like a 2 dogs for DauT, as you said. Maybe even a third one for Nicov, not just yet, but third one for DauT as well, or a third one for DauT. Now going for double fire galley, I believe. This is more of a water fight than we thought it would go for, and DauT is now scouting the front and sees 2 dogs.
Yeah, and definitely, and already on third one from himself. It's a little bit questionable. I mean, I guess Turks, you kind of are quite happy to go into that water and then maybe transition into Janissaries. I'm not sure, but look at where Nicov is going with the fire galley. What is that? What is that? Where is he going with that? Does he really not have the information?
Oh, Nicov, look at the max exploration. He did see a 4
Oh,
tile stone spot, so he thinks DauT is down below there and now instantly going for the fire galleys, but is going into the wrong direction. DauT actually taking a reasonable fight here on the hill, had one last hit. But yeah, it will be interesting how that will play it out.
Yeah, now DauT coming in with 2 fire galleys as well, so I think Nicov will be fine as he is defending and the fire gallery is already moving back. But it could have been very interesting if DauT would have had like maybe a even 20-30 second faster feudal age, and Nicov would have went for to the wrong spot. He could lose like 1 or 2 fishing ships, but he will be fine. And now we have a 4v2 fight. DauT should immediately go back from this as he's outnumbered quite heavily. Let's see what he does, and already going back with 1, so nice macro coming out from both players as DauT does retreat. I think that is very expected. At this point, he knows he's outnumbered quite hard.
Yeah, now it all depends on who does the better demo hit. DauT has 1 out now, Nicov has 1 out, soon to go up to 3. And let's see, it looks like Nicov, if DauT isn't watching, might get a big hit off. Oh, that's a good one, trading 1 for 1 and doing some damage against the fire galleys here. Nicov with the first small start, KD 0-0.
And now he's going for the second one. He's gonna ram into weak ship. Can he kill it? And no. Trading 1 for 1. I don't think that was worth it because it was the weak fire galley. So I think that the first one was really nice, and now the second one kind of trading 1 for 1. So again, not the best demolition raft, but let's see if DauT can actually use that as an advantage. But look at Nicov, he's going so heavy into those demolition rafts. Look at that, 2 more coming out from him. Can he ram now? He's going in, and again, ramming 1 for 1 and dealing damage, so pretty much a good one as well. And now the second one coming in as well. Can he actually take it?
And so tough for DauT to control that. Oh, that was a beautiful one there, doing massive damage there. Basically doing like more than 150 damage. There was 1 single demo raft.
Yeah, and I think like all of those fire galleys are getting really low if you look at it. And I think DauT will go for the repair as he does trade another one. And I think that DauT will go for the repair with the deer hunter as he's moving the fire galleys close to the shore. So I think that he will repair them eventually as he knows he cannot fight with 30-40 HP fire galleys. So that is really nice play. to repair that. And now 1-for-1 trade coming out, so that is pretty much even at this point. And now DauT going for the market already. Let's see on the opposite side, Nicov, no market yet, so interesting. And already a blacksmith coming out, so maybe he wants to get to that gas switch quite fast. He has a little bit more food, but I'm not really sure if it's the... I think it's the fast gas play at this point.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and he has a bit more food, but only now adding farm 1 and 2 compared to the 6 farms for Nicov already out. He had more wood since DauT went for more docks here and for more ship. At the moment, army is 8-4. Let's see what DauT can do with his demolition raft. Actually, only killing 1 fishing ship and not damaging the fire galley here.
That was quite interesting. He wasn't paying attention, I think. He was just ramming it down, and then the fishing ship was quite unlucky and took the hit for the team. And now look at that, Nicov going back, and now the demolition raft from DauT gonna come in and trade 1-for-1 again. So again, not really a lot of efficient trades happening as the fire galleys are being repaired by DauT. So that will be quite fine for him. And look at that, he's going to be able to quick up any second now compared to Nicov, who's barely on 500 food as he does quick up. So DauT with a huge castle advantage right now. Let's see if he can actually punish Nicov hard for that, as the water is quite small. So not a lot of water to actually run to.
Yeah, 1 more fishing ship there, and having a bit better like big fish really helped him out there. Nicov not having them full efficiency, only now going up to 4 fish again. I can even hear a wolf. Yeah, but that's not really an issue. And let's take a look at the resources of Nicov. Only now waiting for the market. So DauT with the Wargate upgrade should be in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, definitely. And now coming in, trying to do some harassment as well. And Wolf's weak fire galley, a little bit unlucky there, but he's coming in with more, having at the moment 5-4. So not sure if Nicov can take that fight, as DauT getting more demolition rafts out, and he will go for the fight.
That could be so juicy. I believe that's an overextension here. Let's take a look.
Oh.
And that's a lot of damage done there. And beautiful demo hit there by Nicov. I believe DauT was simply overextending there. No demo raft of himself in the front.
Yeah, definitely. Now surviving with the 3 HP fire galley, coming with a demo raft. That was really huge hit by Nicov, actually defending the water quite nicely there, already dropping a palisade wall there, so already walling quite heavily compared to DauT, who has 0 walls at the moment. So Nicov is preparing maybe for some kind of a push. And if we check DauT, he's not on stone, so won't see any Janissaries. Mostly still full water control will come out from these players, as neither of them are on stone. So will be interesting. Now another demo raft coming in. Can he get the hit? And trading 1 for 2. That was completely beautiful right now from him. Quite pleasing to watch.
Having this fire galley on 3 HP, was trying to go for the snipe, trying to micro the demo raft away, but did not really happen. And DauT is now up to Castle Age, I believe. Shouldn't trade 1-for-1 now, should wait for War Galley upgrade, and then indeed go for more aggression. And let's see, 3 against 3 docks, army count super low. Nicov 3 villages ahead, but DauT should be able to catch up. Super even game here, Klavskis.
Yeah, this is really interesting so far. And now again, like not really trading efficiently. I mean, he just can't get the pressure on. He's putting nice pressure, but the fishing ships are safe. There's no other way to go around. And now he comes with 1 fire galley trying to bait the demo raft. Not happening. And now the fire ship upgrade is finally done. And Nicov has to go back now, but he is almost in the castle edge, so he should be fine in the long run if he does save his fish. And let's see. I mean, he's getting chased off. Let's see if he can actually defend against this. What do you think, Nili?
Well, he's going for demo rafts only, so I believe he can clear it up, but it has to be pretty costly here. This one could be a great hit, 1 down, and gets maybe another good hit. Yeah, reasonable fight there, and that was a nice clear up of Nicov again. DauT is trying to go for another fight. I believe he was lacking the demo ships now.
Indeed, but
maybe
I think he might actually win this.
Oh yeah, indeed.
I think he will win this, and now he might just clean the fishing ships quite fast and go back, and that would be a really good win, right? 4 fishing ships going down quite fast and just cleaning it up without any problems should be the case. Look at that. Not even going for that actually, but winning the water so hard right now. And now Nikov's fishing ships idle, and so he is actually quite in some trouble, as Nicov is on 3 TCs already, DauT adding the 3rd one as well. So the water control for DauT at the moment, quite nicely done by him.
Well, but is it really water control, having like 3 fire ships out there? It's not really the most important thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, I could agree, yeah, but I think that it's nice that he does clear the fishing ships out. The problem is that he might lose his now, as three already ships coming out from Nicov, and DauT is a little bit outnumbered at this point, so they might just trade fishing ships for fishing ships at the moment and come out quite even, you could say.
Villager count 44 to 44, or now 45 to 45, so that even in that regard as well. Trying to save his fishing ship. DauT is at 5, trying to kill all those fire ship of Nicov. Is he getting a good engagement? Now the demo ship is coming in, trying to revenge all his lost friends, but is getting blocked, so that means all the fishing ships are going down, but in exchange to all the fire ships.
I think that was okay trade. I mean, he did kind of do the same that DauT did, went in, cleaned the fish, but the only difference is that DauT even did win the water fight on that side, but now Nicov came, he pretty much traded his fire ships for the fishing ships of DauT, and now DauT again with 4 fire ships coming out on top of that one. So I think that still DauT has a nice army lead right now if you look at it, and the villagers are being like so close right now. The 4 fire ships is a nice lead from him.
Nicov at the moment 2 army, DauT at 5, so both players absolutely throwing everything against each other. DauT, let me take a look, is heavily on stone now, so maybe he will build a castle at the front and will go for janissaries eventually, but for now going for a force TC, and that looks like a solid boom. But Nicov is absolutely going for it as well. Let me take a look, is he going for a force TC? Not yet.
Doesn't look like that, and I mean DauT loves his janissaries, so he might do some pressure, and the thing about this is the water control kind of allows him to choose where he wants to place the castle, and that might be very important as well if we do get to that Imperial game, which this does look like it will reach. So he might even transport and try to put the castle maybe on the front of Nikov's base on that hill. I mean, could be a DauT castle, we never know with him.
Yeah, absolutely an option. And look at that KD, 20 to 19, basically dead even. Villager count, dead even. Army count, super close. Army value a bit better for Nicov now, but overall this looks so neck and neck this whole game long. And Nicov is now doing the switch on war galleys.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, he does. He's getting war galleys now. It will be interesting. But down still with the fire ships and the demolition rafts, I guess he doesn't really want to go for that. And getting the monastery, so might want to pick that relic up. But again, we said 4 to 1 relics might be very, very bad for DauT in the long run. Yeah, I think that is purely for relic control, as he's not even close to quicking up Imperial, so that shouldn't be the case. And now Nicov moves out, and this might be a bad fight for DauT. I mean, he's really, really heavy outnumbered right now. Let's see how he reacts to this, actually.
One good demo hit for now. Let's take a look. Is he going? Yeah, he is producing more demo ships. 1 fire galley and 2 more demos. Maybe trying to take a better engagement. For now, still missing Botkin arrow. And I wouldn't be surprised to see DauT send 20 villagers to the front and try to pressure and put a castle here at the crossing.
That would be totally normal, as he knows he will lose it in water going for 2 demolition rafts, trying to get those heavy shots. Can he actually get it? And the team was running it. That was not that bad actually from him. If he can get a few more of those, he might actually get the value out of this trade.
Indeed, Wheelbarrow very late for DauT here. Is he producing more demo ships? It absolutely would be an option. DauT continuing, and finally, let me take a look if DauT found his main gold spot. Only now he's seeing his main gold spot, and will be, yeah, very heavily surprised.
He was like, oh main gold, I forgot right about that, and now going for the mining camp actually. But yeah, he has almost enough stone for the castle, so again might go for that DauT castle, as we have seen him done that more than once. So that really might be the case, as the water control is completely overrun by Nicov right now, even cleaning the first dock. So I don't think DauT actually stands a chance to get this back. He has 2 demos in the dock, so that might be surprising. Maybe some 2 major shots could come in just to get the value out of this trade, and that could be very, very important as well.
And he is indeed sending villagers to the front, but I believe 6 villagers are not enough if you want to build this castle quite aggressively, because look at the amount of war galleys Nicov already has out.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that he will go for the demolition snipe soon, and that would be very important if he can get those value shots, and even on those war galleys, that might change the fight, to change the tide of this battle, and he will be very close as the DauT is running low on HP. Let's see if he does rally, and here we go, 2 demos coming out, and does he get the shots? Not really what he wanted to. Trading only for 1 war galley, so that is very bad. And here comes the castle protecting the gold, so a defensive castle. I think that is very fair. As he knows, he will lose the water control, and the position of that castle is actually quite nice, near the cliff and also kind of securing that gold. So that will be very good from DauT.
Yeah, very defensive one. I want to see it a bit more aggressively, maybe like in this area, so that the villagers cannot lose, but he still controls somewhat of the water. But yeah, maybe he felt, okay, if my enemy is getting traps out, or maybe bombard cannons in the long run, I cannot hold this castle. But look at that, Nicov at the same time, building a castle as well.
Yes, and if you look at the resources, DauT will be up to Imperial any second now, and with Nicov going for the Janissary, so will delay himself even more. So this will be an Imperial versus Castle Edge fight, and I think that if that's the case, if DauT walls, and then the castle in the front might be very good, as Janissaries from Nicov are finally coming out. So let's see if DauT can actually play on that Imperial card and try to get maybe some bomber cannons out, snipe some ships, or even some castles.
We will see about that. DauT, is he building another castle here? He has enough stone. Probably will go for the safer one on the hill. It's a semi-safe one.
That's very good, yeah.
Well, the problem is...
I think it's okay, yeah.
Yeah, the problem is you cannot really defend the castle. If Nicov simply has 1 trap or 1 bombard cannon out, he can just snipe the castle, and without the water, DauT cannot really contest it.
Yeah, I mean that is true, but I mean just a DauT castle, really, to say the least. But I think that he feels quite comfortable. I mean, he probably knows that he should be ahead in the economy on the land, as he knows Nicov did invest a little bit more in those war galleys, even getting the fletching and going for more water control. So maybe he knows that he feels confident that he will be first in the Imperial. He can get the bomber cannons out and actually put the pressure. So that will be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's a big question. Do you just go double siege workshop and bombard cannons, or go for some docks? And indeed, he's going for bombard cannons. He's trying to control all the shoreline and maybe go for a big land push. This passing, though, will be pretty dicey. Demo ships can kill everything, and DauT needs to be super aware and super, yeah.
Definitely, and with the problem also, which is kind of interesting, only now Nicov does spot it, so let's see how he reacts to this. Maybe tries to actually do some, I don't know, like avoiding the castle, maybe try to go around on the top where he knows his war galleys are controlling the land, maybe try to put some harassment on DauT, killing a few villagers. And Nicov is up himself, so I don't think that will be a big problem. But again, DauT has a huge lead, and as we know, Turks is very fast, because the chemistry is already researched automatically. He's going for stables now, getting the free Hussar upgrade, so he could just do so much damage with the bomber cannons, Janissaries, and Hussar. So let's see if Nicov can actually use his war galleys with a defensive purpose, you could even say.
I believe that's absolutely what he needs to do. Even go for galleons, and look at that aggressive castle now by DauT. If he can get this castle up and get all his army over here, he can maybe snipe the docks, maybe snipe the castle, but that will be tough now. Nicov is coming in with all his war galleys. Let's see how DauT can micro this out. Bombard cannons are still missing.
Yeah, definitely, and also Nicov going for the really weight wheelbarrow will hurt in the economy, as DauT already got it a long time ago. Now the DauT castle is actually coming up, but I think that is fine. He can sacrifice a few villagers just to pick off the ships, and here we go. The bomber cannons are out, the Janissaries are in position, and now Nicov cannot take this fight, as the bomber cannon will just shred everything, and even the Janissary is doing nice damage on this amount. So DauT actually, I think, in a pretty good position so far.
I believe so as well. Is going for more bombard cannons, adding some Hussars, even bot canary here, so controlling more of this side. And if he gets this castle, and he can absolutely do that, he's in a pretty good spot. Where are the demo ships? Oh, they're down. Where are they? They're sitting here, but might get sniped, from the castle.
Yeah, definitely. And now look at that. Here we go. The BBCs are on fire. And look at the workouts. They're so useless right now. Can't even trade efficiently. So they will be completely, you could say, just straight up useless at this point, getting picked up by the Janissaries. And now DauT going for the extra gold, even really good for him. And now Nikov's castle is really under fire as he's getting the second one down only now, getting those bomber cannons out as well. So let's see if who can actually get the micro war. If he can micro nicely, he can win it. Now a shot coming in, DauT not paying attention, dodging that. Quite okay, he's getting only 50% down, but will be okay if he comes to repair that bomber cannon.
Oh, that will be so tough. Microing on a very, very tight area. Yeah, I like that he's actually adding a trap there to snipe from a long distance. Janissaries at the front maybe should do some damage as well. Repairing the traps is an absolute must here. And I believe who's getting artillery might have a big edge here, giving you +2 range on your bombard cannons, increasing from 12 to 14. And DauT is the first one to do that. Now trying to go for the first kills. But at the moment, one trap down, two the bombard cannons down. The micro of DauT just so much worse at the moment.
Yeah, that is really bad. And also, how he could have played it out, the trebuchet could have worked as a bait and just bring the Janissaries, tank the castle, and pick off the BBCs quite easily. That would be a really good play from DauT, I think, in my opinion, because Nicov, without the artillery, he would have to go quite close to that far range, and then the Janissaries having 8 range can actually pick those off, and trading 2 Janissaries for like a bomber cannon, in my opinion, is a very, very good trade at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. At the moment, still the dance continues here. Bombard cannons against bombard cannons. Maybe focus down this castle even further would be so good, just to prevent Nicov from getting artillery. And now rams from Nicov, so he will play it siege only. Look at that, no stable by him. And DauT is preparing quite a bit of hussars. Maybe if he can run in with 10 hussars and the Janissaries are out of position, he can maybe snipe all those bombard cannons.
Yeah, and where's he going with the Janissaries at this point? What is he doing? Does he want to land? Maybe, but I don't think so. That would be quite kind of risky, as the transport ship would need to pass the castle and just couldn't get picked off. So I'm not really sure why is he positioning. Maybe he wants to hit the gold, but I don't think that's the main issue now. As another trebuchet is completely under fire right now from DauT and just keeps hacking at that castle, and a really nice damage done by it. Also a lot of BBCs with the artillery, and now Nicov with the artillery as well. So again, micro from micro. Let's see if he can come on top. And DauT losing already one BBC. So look at the amount of bombard cannon Nicov has right now. That is just huge.
And DauT is just so bad with controlling those bombard cannons here, and yeah, I'm really confused. Like I would have thought, okay, Nicov has a better micro, but that's just so convincing. That is like 2 bombard cannons against like 8 and 2 traps. It's not even fair.
That's true, and look at that, going to artillery, fire down on that gold. Now poor villagers can't even get the extra gold. I think that the Hussars are finally coming out. Yes, they are cap rams as well from DauT in the Siege Workshop, so this might be a really good push. He has already +2 upgrade on them, so they will do nice damage if he can get around, because again, Nicov does not have that many Janissaries if you look at it, so he might actually try to play off of having those Hussars.
Take a look, he has enough food to go for siege ram upgrade. I think I want to see him finish that and then attack. Maybe camp them here before. And DauT stopped trying to micro with those bombard cannons, seeing that he is losing that against Nicov. Now pushing in with the hussars. I think he's showing it a bit early. Maybe we can see some quick walls of Nicov. Absolutely an option. And oh,
what a shot! What an amazing shot! That was a disaster. Right now, DauT already going back, knowing he can't even contest that. Now that was a completely ridiculous shot from Nicov. Oh my god.
Another bombard cannon going down. Nicov just killing it from the distance there, 14 range. Not the greatest positioning. Now siege ram upgrade should be finishing any second. I believe Nicov still could go for some damage here. Maybe some demo ships as well. And the rams going back, and look at that. Rams already losing so many HP here before actually engaging, and DauT really not playing this well at the moment. It is a brain game, it's just a very patient game, and this game might very well go another half hour only watching over this very one spot.
Look down below, look down below, look down below fast, look down below fast. Careening transport ships coming out. Hussars already repositioning. He wants to get on Nikov's land. Look at that already. Look at the amount of docks he has. What is that? 5 docks coming out from DauT. So he knows he has to do a hero play right now, and here are the docks down below. Fire ships getting careening and more transport ships done. So the Hussars are already going down. He wants to transfer. He knows he has to do some raiding, and if you look at Nicov, he's not even completely walled on the left side. So this could be very damaging.
Look at that, Nicov can just uncontestedly walk over here, and that's so many bombard cannons. Yeah, a lot of Janissaries now going for lead Janissaries, and yeah, just think about if DauT had like 4 bombard cannons here as well, and just could have punished Nicov for overextending here. At the moment, it feels like, again, bombard cannon trade better for Mr. Nicov.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's why I think DauT is going for the hero play. Now the Rams are coming out. He wants to go for that straight push, and look at the castle just getting so much under fire, but then it's coming with the Rams, and Nicov is not pulling back. Nicov, a little bit late reaction from him, losing some BBCs without a good trade, but now killing 2 Rams, that is quite okay. And again, the transport ships from DauT below are both full with Hussar and 3 villagers, so if Nicov has to react to this, he did see it, and now again hacking at that castle, but I think it's very important that Nicov does react to the forward, as already a castle on the left side is coming out from him.
Finally, DauT is getting some revenge here with the bombard cannons from long distance. And yeah, stopping the push and getting the Knight Raids in, but already defensive castle, but Nicov kind of anticipating that. Masonry now coming up for DauT as well, trying to buy himself a bit more time. And it feels like Nicov is just playing it so much better.
And now DauT running in the castle with the villagers, look at that, and now Nicov not going for the quick wall, will not wall his economy in. That was a huge misplay, as we said at the left side, so easy to wall, and he still did not wall that, and now the free Hussar raiding is coming, and that might be quite damaging, because again, Nicov does not have anything in home, and he's retreating fully with his army now, and so DauT getting what he wanted. Nicov is retreating from his land now, and the villagers did pass the castle, so a little bit sloppy from Nicov in my opinion. If he would have cleaned up those villagers and dropped like a quick wall gate, he would be in such a dominating position right now.
Yeah, but it was a lot of action at the side as well, and indeed, yeah, just walling it a bit earlier, he maybe thought he would be safe with this castle here, and suddenly he needs to retreat, and DauT is getting the water control, and if somehow he can get to Turk cannon galleons, he can have so much control all over the map. Those stables are going up, and Nicov, suddenly, look at that, feels like a lot of idle villagers.
Yeah, he had a lot on farms actually. I was a little bit confused by that. I don't know why he had a lot of them. That is really interesting. And now we'll start coming in, and I think the elite Janistry will be able to secure that. Yes, they will. DauT already moving back. But again, look at the stables he's dropping on Nikov's land, and Nicov not even reacting to that. Look at that. He's not even sending anything, only now going to Janissaries. So again, more Hussars will be created by DauT. So I'm not really sure. Look at that, coming in with galleons now. Look at that, galleons already done. Coming in, the demo traps are coming. Can he actually do the damage? And not being able to snipe those galleons, and demolition trap just going back.
Bombard cannon micro still at the front as well. It's so tough, so much action now at so many different spots, and don't know really where to watch. It feels like DauT will not get too much raiding done. Both players obviously still at pop 200. We don't have too much raiding overall. Relic count actually surprisingly only at 2-1. Nicov didn't catch that one in the corner here and didn't see that one in the south. Maybe we need to take a look at the wood count or wood area. No, that's still another hour to go.
That's still far, yeah. That is still indeed another hour to go from these players. And now, yeah, he is cleaning the forward slowly, but still not walling the left side. And now DauT coming with a lot of Hussars on the down. A little bit questionable why Nicov just hasn't dropped a gate on that left side. I still don't get it, as he's completely like secured on every single place except that left side at this point.
Yeah, it feels a bit weird, and DauT is trying to punish that, is sending more Hussars in now, going for the +4 attack. But Nicov has some Janissaries out, but DauT already has more Hussars prepared, and that should be another sweet raid now, even coming for guilds. So DauT knows this game will take some time.
Yeah, and I think it's really smart to trade, you know, free food for villagers, maybe even some Janissaries, just pressure, because again, we know this will go long, and he knows that food will not run out. So I think that's a smart play from DauT, going for those really strong
bombard cannon's pretty
raids
exposed, but quick wall by Nicov. Ooh, and yeah, we can see DauT retreating.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, nice play there, and DauT trying to punish Nicov. Both players absolutely aware of everything here in the middle, and oh, how did this bombard cannon not die?
I don't know. I mean, he's a hero at this point. 8 HP, just walks away from that, you know, walk it off, said his brothers.
Yeah, feels like it. And now finally Nicov going for galleons as well. And oof, that's the time where I ask you for some prediction. At what time will we see the GG in this game?
I have no idea at this point. I mean, maybe... I honestly think about 30 minutes more, unless somebody pulls a heroic play. Unless Nicov walls the left side. I mean, that could be, you know, quite a hard play to pull off at this point.
And maybe the only thing that could force this game a bit shorter might be DauT knowing that he only has one relic and thinks he might be playing against 4 and therefore going for a bit more aggressive move than he actually needed to go for. But at the moment it feels like he's doing a pretty reasonable push regardless.
And coming with more Hussar at this point, I'm not really sure why Nicov hasn't even tried to switch into Hussar. I mean, that would be really nice. And on the website again, doing some raiding. Nicov only now getting Hussars, missing every upgrade, and now the BBC and Rams are coming in. And can Nicov actually defend against this? If DauT can micro this properly, and now he's going back again. But still, look at the amount of fire on that castle coming out.
Yeah, and Hoarding's still not finished. Maybe can get some big shots from behind indeed. Bombard cannons again going down. A lot of hazards at the front now trying to go in for the push.
Doing nice damage, killing 2 of DauT's bomber cannons without trading. Now Hussars coming out. Can he get the high ground? Can he surround the BBCs? He might be able to pick up 1 or 2 BBCs. At this point, the Galleon's also taking so much damage, and Nicov under so much fire right now. Look at that, the castle finally goes down. And DauT going really aggressive, going all in at this point with those Janissaries and ships.
Yeah, and you feel like DauT is raiding everywhere and Nicov has to be dropping so much on pop. But not with Nicov. Actually, he's ahead by 20 pop. DauT losing so much, playing it kind of all in here at all sides. Now trying to contest the water a bit more. And yeah, what a crazy game, and I still have no idea how this will end. Because DauT, it feels a bit like he's running out of steam here at the front.
Yeah, but if you look at his gold, 1.5k gold compared to Nicov who's barely on 600, and that's just, you know, DauT. I mean, he's throwing Hussar more than anything at this point. Look at that, more Hussars getting thrown everywhere out. Now, even trading those Galleons. So, if you look at Nicov, already running out of gold on pretty much every single place. So this is why you need to pick up the relics, kids. This is why you need to pick up those relics really fast. And he does pick up the one in the corner now, but they're both running out of gold, so this will be a full trash war soon.
Yeah, looks like it. And DauT with guilds, prices are at 17 and 26, so yeah, pretty far down there as well.
Yeah, for sure. And now trading those Janissaries against ships, not really sure if that's the right call. I think that Nicov actually is putting nice pressure on, and DauT, I mean, he has the gold, but now look at that, 200 gold now, so he's just building everything he can right now, going for the full pressure. And I think that Nicov actually has the game in the bag because he has way more army in the front, and DauT does not really have the steam anymore, as you just mentioned.
It feels like it, only 96 villagers with that amount of lost Hussars all game long. I feel like that's not enough. Look at that, KD is just 100 better here for our player from Argentina, and he's just continuing to control his galleon, and it feels is just playing it more yeah, patiently.
Yeah, I mean, he did kind of try to get the good trades, try to go for the more efficient play. I mean, he did get raided, so I guess you can call that efficient, but other than that, he's playing quite nicely, going for the more better trades as he microed is so much better in the beginning. And those BBCs are expensive, it's like almost 500 resources for each bombard cannon, and if Nicov can trade, like, you know, really efficiently, I mean, he just comes on top in the long run.
Absolutely, and let's take a look at army value. It's 6k to 12k, and so much more gold intense for Nicov as well. Bombard cannons here at the back, killing this castle, galleons around, and they're just taking beautiful engagement. I have no idea how DauT can actually contest it. He has a lot of Hussars there, but he cannot really fight in this area, and he doesn't have anything to contest it from range. Maybe going for more rams is an option, but without the army to really do the damage, I feel like Nikov's push feels a bit like unstoppable.
I think that this might be the GG soon, as Nicov beautifully did snipe all the BBCs. If you didn't see, there were like 2, I think, BBCs under those Janis and Hussar. Nicov focus firing those with the Galleons, again getting the more efficient trade. So, because the Hussars again don't really matter in this situation. So I think that Nicov will take this game soon, really, you could say, because DauT just doesn't have any gold units at all, having barely any Janissaries left. But look at the push from Nicov, so much Janissaries, bombard cannons, rams, galleons. He's just going all in at this point. All he's missing is the famous Turks skirmishers, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, DauT is now preparing for one last defensive hold here. But so many Janissaries, so many bombard cannons, galleons in the back. Now it's the switch for... What did I just do? The switch for... Hussars as well. Going for architecture. Is DauT now trying to hold out a bit longer? But I don't really see how he can do it. We now have the big Hussar army going to the front.
The big push is coming out. Rams, everything, Hussars, Janissaries. He's going all in at this point. Probably just press the patrol key and turn off his monitor. We'll just turn it off. Oh no, never mind. He didn't. He's warning, guys. He's warning. And now trying to take the good fight. But how can he take the good fight? I mean, the amount of Janissaries Nicov has. How can you even take the good fight ever in this situation?
I have no idea here. It's so tight. I believe Nicov should actually send some villagers over and just build a bit around his army. Like Leary did, always some gates around his Janissaries, but now the Hussars are pushing in, very tight area here. The Rams are a bit far back, if you ask me. Janissaries are trying to retreat a bit further back. Nice patrol here. Bombard cannons doing a lot of damage. The Janissaries just super clumped up and down. Look at that. 40 army still in the back, not really fighting. Galleons doing major job here at the back. No Hussars for Nicov so far.
Yeah, and the Rams again, so much out of position. I don't think he will even be able to take this without the Rams. The Janissaries killing everything, the Galleons killing everything, and the BBC is still not going down, killing the Janissaries from DauT. I think that this might be the GG any second now from DauT. So I think Nicov will just come on top of this one. Here comes the GG call as well from him. Well, good game. Good game.
Wow, yeah, super entertaining game, and it didn't start like we expected, but in the end, it all came down to just better patience, better army control. I believe army control was the main issue. Like, if we do from minute 40 till minute 50, the lost military or lost resources in army, it has to be like 3k to 10k in favor of Nicov. At least that's what it felt like.
Something along those lines, yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I think that Nikov's biggest issue was actually getting raided. I don't think that was like huge damage, but just the pressure. And I think if he would have walled the left side and not got raided, I think this game would have been over maybe like 10 minutes ago, even, right? Maybe like 7 minutes ago, because it just gave DauT those extra minutes that Nicov needed to gather his army, clean up the forward from DauT, and then start to push all over again. So I think that overall decision making from DauT was fine, but just, yeah, as you said, micro, army control, trades, just so much better from Nicov this game.
And he had a timing. I felt like he had a timing. He had this castle up. He had more bombard cannons. He had the trap, but then lost like... He simply lost the fight, 1 trap and 6 bombard cannons against 2 bombard cannons. Then he had earlier artillery and still couldn't, really win the fight there. Go. And I'll let you introduce the players, the map, and you can say why I think this could be very short.
So we have game 2 between DauT, Nicov, and now we have Migration, actually, this is called. Yes, it is. So Italians for both players. DauT on this on the right land, you could say. And look at the map, really interesting. They're so close to each other. I mean, DauT on the right, I'm not gonna talk about the land position as it's more just... I think the biggest issue is how do you actually play this out, because this is not even like a typical migration we see that players are on the opposite places, but they're really close. So I agree with Nili that this could be a very fast and a really just all like one-sided game.
Okay, players are complaining about spoilers in chat. Guys, I haven't seen this game. I have no more intel than you guys. It's just like the very weird scenario that Klavskis just said, that players are so close to each other, and normally you are having a lot longer distances, so that could spell some troubles here for whoever clicks up a bit later.
Yeah, and also, why did DauT pick migration as his home map? He said he always wants to go for land maps, and here we see him with migration. So maybe he knows Nicov is a little bit worse on migration. I'm not really sure. This will be very interesting because, again, DauT on migration is quite surprising.
It
Yeah,
is surprising indeed, but I believe he did train some with the Viper, and maybe now things like, okay, Nicov on Arabia is an absolute beast as well. So let's see how he can play this out. He did play some solid micro games in the past, so I am surprised as well, but I think it's not the worst choice here.
I think it's definitely okay if he feels comfortable in the position. I mean, it is his home map, so I guess he knows best, right? So maybe he has some secret strategy prepared for this, and also maybe we will see some very aggressive plays, especially since we do see actually like the positions being so close. So maybe even a landing as the transport ship is available, even in the Dark Age. You never know with these players. You never know if they do scout each other out faster or later. So let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, indeed, and DauT has a reasonable deer here and is pushing it quite nicely. But for Nicov, it's even better. I'm not sure where are all his sheep. Yeah, he didn't even find his starting sheep yet. Could go for it, but things like pushing deer is a bit better for now, and yeah, it is more efficient. So I believe that's not the worst choice. And DauT, can he maybe know with how his island is set that it's close position? Is that an option? I believe Nicov has no chance.
I'm not sure. It's very questionable at this point, right? Because I mean, Nicov is kind of on the side, like really close to the wall. I mean, DauT kind of the same, really, barely any difference. But if you look at like DauT might actually think that that they might be very close because if he do things that they're very far, then that would mean that the main island is like very thin, right? Because there's not a lot of space for Nicov to actually be on the opposite side of the map pretty much without the main island being very thin.
Yeah, that's true. And look at that, DauT has only 5 on wood, and that's very low. Look at that, 9 on food. And if you compare that to Nicov, who's going with 6 on wood, so he is going more for the fishboom approach. And he actually has 3 on wood here as well. So Nicov indeed. Oh, and Nicov still didn't find the starting sheep. Look at that!
Yeah, what is he? I don't know what he's doing. Why is he not scouting that? He's not even going to that side. He's still trying to find him. He should realize that they're like up there, right? Because the like the longest tiles, or even maybe up on the stone. I'm not really sure what he's doing.
Oh, well, he is going for the big fish boom, and yeah, I'm surprised. Oh, look at that! Sending so many villagers on the berries now. This has to be a mistake. And yeah, guys, our predictions might come true because Nicov is having a horrible start here. Now seeing his sheep though.
I really don't. I mean, I'm really questioning this because how do you not realize that, right? Because, I mean, obviously it's not as easy as it looks, but then again, he's counted every single thing, then decided to push the deer, and now going for the mill, which again is not the optimal play in this situation. As if you look at DauT, he's all up on that wood, going for the typical, you would say, water build, but he can't click up as well, so not really sure how this will actually play out. He's only on 300 food at this point.
Yeah, he is actually. I think he should have sent like 5 villagers onto berries as well. He's just waiting for the deer to drop. But yeah, well, I don't see for quite some time. And sending those villagers back a bit early, if you ask me. Even after them, he still needs to wait a bit.
Sorry for laughing, but it is a little bit funny.
Oh, but Italians have cost less wood, less food to pick up, so that makes a bit more sense now. Okay.
It's okay, yeah, but that was still like pretty much one villager's idle time, and I mean, not the most optimal play in my opinion, to say the least. I think that he could have also got away with just putting one more on the deer and then making one more villager, as the deer still has 50 food, so he could have gone for a little bit more optimal build order in my opinion, and having 0 idle time but pretty much the same uptime.
Yeah, if it just was lured like 10 tiles further to the TC. But yeah, it's obviously easier said than done, and he is building the docks. And actually, look at that. Nicov did, I have no idea how, has 3 villagers more, is only 40 seconds later, and up.
Yeah, and I mean, he still has 2 sheep under with 100 food, more than 100 food. So again, I mean, how did he actually make that happen? He has 5 fishing ships, DauT 4, so that might also be pretty much what actually helped him get to that feudal age at this point. Now, I mean, that's really good for Nicov. Even though he had that rough start, he still kind of even comes on pretty reasonable terms.
Yeah, it feels a bit like Nicov could be ahead here. Fishing ship though 5-5, and DauT is early with the third dock, but having 3 more villagers is something that Nicov can absolutely use to, yeah, keep up with the better production.
Oh yeah, 5-5. Sorry, I didn't see the one fishing ship from DauT going actually to the scouting. And he will find Nicov docks now, so he knows that they're actually really close. So it will be interesting how they actually decide to play this out.
Where's the fishing ship of DauT? What?
The fishing ship of DauT scouting Nicov right now. I didn't see that. That's why I thought he only has 4 fishing ships.
Oh yeah, indeed. So, yeah, I'm at 11 minutes now exactly, and let's take a look how DauT will play this out.
Here we go, Fire Galley is coming out, so pretty expected. It will just straight go for the fish, and I think that Nicov actually might be in a little bit of disadvantage. He doesn't know where to go exactly. He kind of doesn't even know where DauT came from even at this point, maybe.
Ah, that's true. And okay, let's see. He is going for the demo ref first. And oh, he's going towards the south. Not 100% sure if that's the best option. But it feels like he might be safe.
Yeah. Yeah, but he doesn't know where to go again. Look at that. He's going down. And now might actually lose a fishing ship if DauT is really fast for free at this point. Now we'll lose the fishing ship, and let's see, the demolition raft is coming in, and he might get a huge shot, and what is DauT going to do? He's trying to split, and a huge shot coming out. That was completely epic. And now he will completely kill everything from DauT. That was an epic demolition raft coming out from Nicov. Again, going for such good trades so far. Now DauT going for the one, going to trade like really bad compared to Nicov, and look at that, Nicov suddenly on top with the ship control.
Oh, so good. Now trying to micro back his fire galleys and trying to go for the repair. So is DauT microing back his hurt fire galleys, trying to go for the chase over here. And it feels like Nicov is stabilizing. 1 more fishing ship for DauT now, though.
Yeah, that is true. And also Nicov chasing the fire galley on the top there. Not really sure that's a reasonable thing to do, but I think he will be fine. And now coming in the demolition raft from DauT, can he actually trade a Nicov with his own, and might be a 1-for-1 trade? And yes, it is. I think that is completely fine for Nicov, as he probably knows he's still way ahead of the trades just because of that one amazing demolition raft. And now can he save his fire galley? Actually 8 HP on that one. And now Nicov might actually go for a really bad trade here, chasing it off. And DauT, what is he doing? Where's he going? Oh, really questionable decision to turn there. Just save it with 2 HP actually, so quite interesting from DauT. Yeah, that was really well played, exactly, yeah.
And now the 1 demo against 1 demo again, it's all over like Highland in the game before. Oh, but maybe, that's a good one.
Wow, that was really good, yeah. That was really good, also damaging the demolition raft, so maybe DauT can actually kill it before it gets nice damage. Let's see, now he's coming in with the demolition raft, and DauT not paying attention and going to trade okay-ish, going to take some damage off, so not the worst trade in that scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that, Nicov with 3 HP fire galley on the right, still running away from DauT.
And he might be able to.
Probably will, yeah. And now 1-for-1 trade coming out from the demolition rafts again. I think that's again completely fine. And now Nicov with the AFK fire galley, and DauT's just walking past it. He's not paying attention. Look at that. And he lost it. He lost him. DauT lost Nicov.
Okay.
Wow.
So surviving for now. Trying to go for more repairs here is Nicov, and we might want to take a look into the food count. So 5 fishing ship and some villagers on berries here, half a dozen, and Nicov is looking double the amount of food, heavily on gold, and has 7 on food, on berries, 1 villager there, and oops, that demo did some damage here.
That was a bad, yeah. I think that was quite a bad demolition raft. He didn't pay attention, so it only got like 1 damage on the one fire galley, which was like not that good. If he would have paid attention, he would have got like maybe even triple damage off. So a little bit unlucky. Now he's going to go for that push, but already galleys in the back from DauT. I think he has way more numbers right now, and I don't think Nicov can even do the damage at this point.
I'm not sure either. Demo Raft a bit out of position. And now is going in for the one big hit, and that was a okay-ish one, I would say. And DauT seems just in full control at the moment, even having fletching from behind. And Nicov, untypically taking a very poor engagement for him.
Yeah, indeed, and he is going back, but after suffering huge losses, in my opinion. I mean, DauT can just chase him down, not let him repair, and I think DauT will be in full control at this point, because, I mean, how does Nicov reproduce fast enough at this point? Those galleys coming out already, as you said, fletching down, which would be just huge for sniping even villagers on the woodline from Nicov. So DauT in full control, actually, looking pretty good. So as we said, having the migration practice actually coming quite nicely in this game so far.
Let's take a look, trying to go for more repairs. Demo ships could be sitting in any of those stocks. Let's see how DauT will do this. So, and now, no, Demo ship could be so good here. DauT is very clumped up, has very low HP here. Trying to go for mesh repair from the land. Actually, pretty funny strategy. And DauT, oh god, he lost three fire galleys here.
That was huge, actually. Yeah, but I think he's still way behind. But that was actually, you know, you could say, I mean, the best case scenario for that. But look at that now, fire galleys are incoming on the woodline. Will lose at least one villager. So this is what I was talking about, forcing the reposition of the lumber camp. That might be very huge, but Nicov is actually up, right? And that is really nice. If you look at DauT, 200 food barely. So how does he actually catch up with Nicov at this stage?
But how can Nicov really afford all the castle upgrades then? Will be very tough for him. Let's take a look. The Demo Raft with only 3 HP should be focused a bit. And yeah, Nicov still needs quite a lot of food to get the wood upgrade, to continue villager production. Obviously, War Galley upgrade is a bit cheaper, so that's good for him. Trying to run around, trying to go for more repairs. And yeah, the micro is just amazing here all the time. And DauT only looking at 230 food.
Yeah, but the question is, as you said, like he has 2 farms right now. How does he get the economy up if DauT just keeps pressure on? And I mean, Nicov can't even reposition his docks if DauT does surround him, but actually taking nice engagements, I think. And DauT needs to control his army together, otherwise they won't be as effective as you need galleys in the number. As now he's finally taking some nice fights here, killing off few fire galleys from Nicov. So now these galleys in this huge number are actually completely ridiculous, and there's no way you can actually even come close to trading with them.
Maybe if you can get up to enough fast fire ships here, the sneaky 3 HP one should actually go here. And DauT only now going for the dock, so maybe some demo ships here. The galleys are very clumped up.
It could take some nice demo ships here, but again, look at the control from DauT. I mean, he's completely getting off, and now the castle edge is up, but what can he really get? As you said, he has some galleys in, but no upgrades at all. He is sitting on barely any food, so really bad at the situation at the moment from Nicov. And this might be actually DauT just coming on top and reaching the castle edge and just finishing Nicov off at this point.
Maybe he can do one very bad micro move here and run into 2 demo ships or something if his galleys are super clumped up. He is keeping them very clumped up at the moment, so maybe this could be super bad if the demos come out. Oh, this is so risky by DauT.
Yeah, it's
so
like he doesn't
risky.
care, just going in. Yeah, I don't know why he's doing that. He even positioning himself between the docks. I mean, that could just be game over in pretty much 2 demo rafts, as you said. And now the War Galley is coming out from Nicov as it's already done, and now to these demolition ships, even more damage. So again, unless he can pull nice demo rafts out, I mean, DauT is in full control so far, I think.
Yeah, and Nicov is going for War Galleys without the upgrades. I think that's the big mistake. I think he should have went for the very risky move there with the demo ships and could have gotten the hits off DauT not doing the greatest micro ever. But it feels like at the moment he's in full control now, roughly 30% up to Castle Age as well.
And the problem is that he's, if you look at it, he's harassing Nicov's woodlines so good right now with those galleys again. And as you said, Nicov missing the upgrades hurts him a lot. He can't even efficiently trade at this point. And honestly, I think that Nikov's in a very tough spot. And I don't see how he can come back at this point even. he will just get outvalued after outvalued. And again, I mean, those war galleys after Castle Edge will just completely finish him off, and he will be off wood completely, as the Bodkin arrow plus the range upgrade will be enough to actually harass those woodcutters so easily from DauT.
Yeah, I'm still not having the fish as well hurt. We have Nicov now going for more fire ships. I believe Nicov didn't go for the right unit choice here. Could have went for the very risky choice. Let's take a look. Demo ship of DauT doing some damage here. Now trying to micro back. Maybe Nicov can do some beautiful moves here. The moment he is pushing Nicov back, who's now going for fletching. He's pushing DauT back, by the way.
Yeah, and I mean, DauT has to get the upgrades, but those galleys being so fast, he can actually run away and just wait until he can get all the upgrades, maybe even going for the university, as he has a lot of wood in the stockpile right now, so that could be very, very good as well, as he can afford to actually place it, maybe even abuse the market a little bit, just to get all the upgrades really, really fast, so he can do the finishing blow on Nicov.
Seems like he is getting war galley upgrade. He's getting all the upgrades. Yeah, university not out so far, but he's getting all the kills against the fire ships. Actually, I think he should have ran a bit longer. Now the upgrades are finishing, and now take the engagement and should clear everything.
Now, yeah, I think he should clear it up. Yeah, I totally agree. I don't see Nicov actually even coming close to winning that fight. And again, look at the amount of wood DauT has. I think he should either land or like just start mining stone, or like just start exploiting at this point. And now going for the university finally, I think that's still okay. He didn't need it so far. If he gets it now, that will really be huge, regardless of the factor. So let's see if it will actually be okay. I mean, Nicov has a lot of docks. He is kind of securing his wood right now, but here comes the war galley. He's going on the left side. He knows he can actually hit the wood quite nicely, and he's even doing that. Look at that. Will get some nice shots on those villagers. That is really, really good as well from DauT.
Indeed, and that's so annoying for Nicov. He's struggling so much anyways. He is behind by one villager, and that might increase because this wood line is just getting raided so much. And yeah, he can save the villagers, but they will be so inefficiently over here, and now even going for more and more farms.
Yes, indeed, and now going back, realizing, now here comes the demolition ship. Can he actually does nice damage? Getting one kill and doing some damage to the fire ship. Not the worst trade in this scenario, as he knows he is ahead, so he can actually take these trades. I mean, just to keep the pressure on, carrying those fire ships quite nicely. And now taking the huge fight. Let's see if he can actually win it. I think he might have to retreat a little bit and mass up, because yeah, again, a nice demolition ship and a nice sniper from him down. It's really, really good. And now two demolition ships coming out. Can he do the damage? Nicov barely any ships left. And now this might be the end game in demolition ships, as he does get huge 2 hits. Look at that. And everything goes down from Nicov. I think DauT is in full control so far on value trades.
Absolutely feels so. 15-7 army, but look at that. All those are solo and killing off the rest now. This has to be the end here when it comes to water, but actually DauT isn't too high as well. He has the full control though, and is trying to, yeah, just control his army better and better. But Nicov at the moment, still villager counts are super even, and army counts we are hyping DauT, but honestly, 14-8, that's something that you can lose quite easily with some misplay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he's like idling his dogs a lot, and Nicov has a lot more, and again, he's not abusing the market, and he barely can keep his dogs up because the gold income is so low. So I think that if he goes for this 1 TC, he could even abuse the market and just try to like all in, even place maybe 1 or 2 more dogs, as he has the extra 500 wood. And now the transport ship coming out, so he will go actually to the mainland, most likely, and try to actually start booming there as well. So might be going for the long game, actually taking it safe, as you know a lot is on the line, so might just go for the safe play in this position.
Wow, Nicov 3 villages ahead here. I have no idea how he managed that, but army 10 behind, and army value just double for DauT here, and now even getting some snipes against the war galleys. Not really. Oh, fire ships getting at the front, could get a nice engagement. Actually, some fire galleys here at the side doing some damage as well, and suddenly Nicov only behind by, well, 7 army again.
Yeah, look at, oh my god, look how many demolition chips even coming out from DauT. He realizes he has to go in, but I think the guy was doing nice, surrounding him with the fire ships, actually, even from the back coming out. Might get some good engages there. Now the demolition ships are here, can he actually do the damage? Can he get the huge hits he needs? And now he's trying to go around, it's kind of clunky at this point. Nice getting one ship and will actually keep control a little bit as well. And now going for the mainland, trying to find a good DC spot, but it is so full of hills at this point.
Yeah, since it is at the site, we have still so much weird water all over the map. And yeah, that makes the main island a bit smaller. So it's tougher to, build TCs on proper space, going for monastery, going for mining camp here. So no second TC. We'll play it one TC all in. Let's take a look at his resources. We have Nicov with 500 food, 500 gold, DauT with 500 food, no gold, but quite a nice amount of wood banked up. And Nicov going for the monastery and has the university, so he might be clicking up to Imperial Age, maybe even before DauT. Nicov is still in it.
Yeah, I totally agree, but I think that what happens if he clicks up Imperial and then DauT just keeps him off wood? I think that might be the biggest issue. I think that the only thing that can actually run out is the steam, which will be just because of no wood access. Because again, look at these wood lines, they're really short, and now coming in with a lot of fights, going for the fight, a lot of war galleys and fire ships from Nicov as well, but Nicov, I think, is very outnumbered on this one, and the demolition ship is all coming out. He has to retreat and might get good shots in from DauT, and just trying to, and getting a nice shot and doing a lot of damage, and I think that DauT's still way outnumbering Nicov at this point. So I'm not really sure if the Imperial player will even save him at this point.
Let's see, DauT is maybe going for the kill here. Demo ships now completely being produced from all sides. Oh, that's a good hit here.
Shot. Yeah.
But still, 24 army against 11. Nicov is trying to take that engage. The demo ship coming from the side. Can they get a better engagement? Maybe over here. This one could do major damage. If he's going in, where did he click? It's so weird. This one could have done major damage.
Going? Yeah, where is he going? Exactly. And that was a nice demolition ship. If he could just land one more of those, might take out like 4 galleys at least. But again, DauT looking in full control so far. And Nicov does click the Imperial, as you said. He will go for that play actually. And DauT not being really far, to be honest. If he can just abuse the market a little bit, might be able to click up in the next 30-20 seconds without any problems whatsoever.
Let's see, he is going more for the land approach, and indeed did just sell some wood. Wants to continue with the water as well, and I still feel DauT is in full control, but Nicov is just playing incredibly, and I believe a lesser player could have maybe allowed Nicov to do his comeback here.
Yeah, I totally agree. Nicov is playing this really good, considering that he was so behind so early on, and keeping some kind of control over the game, not losing his wood lines, which was really important as well. And I mean, I think that the biggest issue, DauT was clicked to Imperial, but DauT going for the relics, going for the middle quite hard, and Nicov will have to take the full water control and then still try to reclaim the mainland from DauT as well.
Yeah, that will be tough. But I feel like if you once win the water completely, the main island won't be too important, but actually DauT is now getting so much there, getting all the relics. We'll soon have 2, is running for a 3rd one, and maybe Nicov can intercept this?
Maybe he can try, but yeah, I think he can. Yeah, he will be able to kill the monk, I think. Yeah, he will. And that is completely fine. And now look at the castle coming out from DauT.
That's
look at that on the front here.
And Nicov
exactly, and
doesn't see it yet.
Yeah, and because Nicov's trying to patrol, because he knows he wants to wait for the Imperial, right? So he doesn't want to go really forward, so he doesn't get, completely chased off. So DauT might actually get a free castle just because of Nicov waiting for the Imperial Age upgrade. So let's see how this actually plays out in the long run, because this is just Nicov respecting that he wants to get the Imperial upgrades. And now DauT going for the wood line, as we said, might get some few villas off, but look at Nicov, what a nice reaction, pulling almost everything off. We'll lose maybe 2 or 3 villagers. No, we'll lose 1 villager. Really good reaction time from Nicov there.
Indeed, and now he's pushing in. Still has only half the army, so it will be reasonable for DauT. The only mistake that DauT can do is now engage before the Imperial Age. But let's see, demo ship here at the front. We still have no fast fire ship for Nicov now trying to go for the engage. DauT only needs to run, wait for his galleon upgrade, and then he can take all the fights. But for now, we have a small window where Nicov could actually kill so much.
For sure, now DauT realizing that and already going back with his huge fleet. Let's see DauT upgrade. He is almost there. I mean, 95% for him soon enough. So he will be okay to just run away, and I think that's completely okay. He might get cornered though. I mean, he's going really, really far to that corner, and if Nicov can actually corner him and then take the good fight, and what?
And it's a GG.
Wow.
No chance
Yeah,
here
he
for
knows he
Nicov.
can't fight. No,
Yeah.
I totally agree, but I would have just taken the fight for the heck of it.
Well,
GG.
yeah, maybe he could have cornered him, and I believe, yeah, he had a small fighting chance, but he knew his enemy was going heavily on land. Let me see, we can't do fog of war. So, yeah, he knew that he was behind on basically all regards of this game. Villager count was actually pretty even.
No, for sure. I think that's well played by both parties. I think Nicov holded really, really good considering the position he was put in. And I think in the long run, DauT would have still got it. He's already maining 2 golds, the castle securing one of them on the mainland. And I mean, yeah, well played. And Neely, your prediction was wrong. It wasn't a short game. Look at that.
Well, it felt over pretty early. But yeah, some incredible fighting spirit there by Nicov for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think he put up a really, really good fight, in my opinion, and it was really enjoyable to watch how you can actually put a player like Nicov in such a bad position and he still manages to actually pull the best out of it. That was really, really interesting.
KD, better for DauT, Eco, better for DauT, food pretty even, so overall, yeah, I would call it pretty even here. Yeah, DauT actually reasonably ahead, although he had only 3 more villagers. That's a bit surprising to me. And Nicov, incredible how he was this, it felt like super bad feudal age, or super bad dark age, still scrapped out a 1048 timing. Pretty impressed by that. And you can take over.
Okay, and thanks for having me, Nilly. And here we go. It's the third game between Nicov DauT. Really good game so far. 1-1 is the score as we are in third game, and this will be the map Valley. So quite interesting map so far. We can already see a really, really open, and we have DauT playing in the blue cover here again. We're already going for the deer actually. So really interesting choice there, as he did really. The deer was really, really close to his TC, and he already decided to go for that immediately. I think that's okay. Not really the most efficient there, but should be okay in the long run. And on the opposite side, Nicov doing the same actually, going for the deers as well quite fast. So we see players mirroring each other, and I completely forgot about a Civ matchup, sorry guys. We have Malians for DauT and Incas for Nicov. Look at that, really interesting Civs, no Indians even. As everybody always says, it's always Indians resident sweeper. So what do you think about this matchup, Neely?
Well, I believe Malians are pretty good for what DauT likes to play, the crossbowman, lots of feudal army aggression, and I believe on this map, since you cannot really sit back and not go for army early on, I believe Malians are just super strong. Incas, I'm not 100% sure, maybe wants to do a forward, have a defense upgrade for his villagers, helps out quite a bit. So I normally would expect Nicov to go something like Vietnamese here, but I believe Incas are reasonably well, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an okay civilization, having their advantages on the stone, also having the extra free llama. I think that in this map it really doesn't matter, maybe even in the migration, but I mean in migration you don't want to pick Incas regardless, so I'm not really sure what he plans to do with the Incas. Maybe an all-in really could be the play, as their feudal age is actually quite strong, especially with the villagers affected by blacksmiths. So the tower rush could be really, really interesting from Nicov.
Yeah, maybe a tower rush is absolutely an option. Villagers, I believe, are stronger indeed. Yeah, if he gets the blacksmiths up. And yeah, cheaper towers. As you said, free llama won't really help. And on the other side, we have DauT Malians. Yeah. Maybe better food eco. And oh, was I confused?
I think you are. Malians have the gold bonus.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Malians have the gold bonus, yeah.
And yeah, the defense upgrade there for all the infantry.
And that's really, really nice. If he does actually get phased by the towers, it really, really helps a lot. Even in the Imperial against Arbalest, they pretty much have Huskrow champions, you could
Yeah,
say that.
yeah, we
And,
call them
and
gem
also have,
calls.
yeah. Oh, champ calls. Okay, interesting, interesting. Sounds about right. Yeah, they're really, really tanky. And I think that Malians is overall a really good civilization. It's quite flexible. And already using a scout. Not sure what happened there. Just didn't pay attention. Nicov did block with the villager even. And quite good so far, I would say. Showing the scout from down, it's quite nice. Can you tell me which minute you're at? Because I opened the tech tree for 1 second, so I might be a little bit behind.
5 minutes exactly.
Okay, yeah, so I am here. Okay, all good, all good.
So we have Nicov with 3 villagers only on wood, so that spells more of a feudal aggression than, yeah, something like
Yeah,
Midrash.
down the same. Yeah, but down the same, really. I mean, and if you look at Nili, I mean, not Nili, sorry, Nicov going for the mill on the deer as well, so that's quite interesting compared to DauT, who just did the regular mill on the berries. But look at the amount of deer Nicov has. So if he goes for that man-at-arms even, he will have so much extra food from those deer in the long run. So I think that might be the play, as we know Incas do not have access to scouts. So definitely only food unit you have is man-at-arms and the skirmishers in the feudal age.
Yeah, wouldn't Burmese like be a good civilization here to go for this very strong M&A aggression?
Yeah, they're really nice. Yeah, you get the free attack upgrade. I think that is very, very good. Also, the double bit axe saves you 150 resources immediately after you reach the feudal age. So I think that is a very good civilization. Yeah, and also versus Malians. The thing about Burmese is, what do you exactly do in the Imperial Age against really strong Imperial civilizations?
Yeah, that's obviously super tough. Like Halberdier, Onager would be the option, but let's talk about the gold spots of DauT first. They
Ooh.
aren't very pretty.
They aren't pretty indeed. I mean, they're all in the same spot, and if Nicov goes for the Man-at-Arms tower, as we're mentioning over and over again, as he's already putting 2 on gold, so it will be the Man-at-Arms, I think. I don't see him doing anything else, as the barrack timing, the wood villagers, everything really calls for Man-at-Arms so far. So, might just tower DauT's gold, and this might be a very, very not like fast-paced game, but on the other side, DauT doing the same, going 2 on gold, and the barracks already dropped, so pretty much almost mirror builds so far on the decision-making. So, let's see who can actually come ahead on this one.
Obviously, Malians with the 1 defense upgrade there should be pretty well set up. So, not sure, 100% sure if Nicov indeed wants to play the same strategy with the worst units.
Well, I mean, it really depends who he fights versus, because the 1 upgrade is only for the art or arrow fire, right? So TCs, maybe even a tower. If he fights straight up on even ground, I mean, there's not really much advantage from the Malians. And I think that Eagle Warrior will actually help a little bit out, because if you remember, DauT did lost the scout, so he's playing full blind so far.
Oh yeah, indeed. And let's take a look what DauT actually sees from this map. Yeah, he knows that there's a lot of food in the front. Let's take a look if his 2 militia might get caught off guard here. And he sees the villagers and is going back.
That is really good. Yeah, going back. That is really good. He knows Nikov's trying to go maybe for some forward even, and he's actually going to build a house and going to go for that blacksmith forward. So that is very common that we see from Incas, going for the blacksmith just to upgrade their villagers, and that helps a lot with fighting with the man-at-arms as well. And now DauT going for this 4th militia, knows he has to take the fight, and that will be very painful because he's already -1 scout, and the villagers will be affected by the blacksmith upgrades as well. So Nicov might actually do a lot of damage here if DauT can't actually defend against this.
Let's see, DauT now going for the 5th militia. Could go for the M&A. Is now going for some walls here at the side. But Nicov is pushing in, and those villagers will be very strong. +1 defense. Archery range very much in the open there. I'm a bit surprised now. Going for the defensive tower is DauT here. 5 militia out for DauT. He has +1 defense against the potential towers coming up. Wants to go for the fight here. Not 100% sure if it's the best idea. He needs to wait for the M&A upgrade.
Yeah, indeed, and otherwise he would just get completely killed off, and now the +1 armor is also done, so I'm not really sure if he can even take this. The villagers are so tanky at this point, and now even going back, knows he can't even fight because, I mean, if you look at Nikov's position, he's very, very high up ground, even with those villagers, and now defensive tower down from DauT, and going for the fight, can he actually out-micro this? Not really sure, there's so much stuff, and already a man that are going down. This is very, very painful from DauT so far.
Yeah, and the tower actually only reaching the other tower, so cannot really contribute in this fight. So down to 2, Amade now taking a lot of damage. Yeah, he will get 1 or 2 villagers, or maybe only 1 here. He's trying to go up to some archers, but will lose everything. Actually, this villager will even survive. Look at that KD, 5-0.
Nicov playing is absolutely beautiful right now, surviving with the villager, cleaning everything up even though he was 2 man-at-arms down. He's playing this so good, having the extra armor upgrade helps so much for those villagers and of those man-at-arms, and now the damage from Nicov is done, the tower is going up, and there's no way DauT can even stop this. There's absolutely no way he can actually take that fight.
Yeah, and only now going for stone here, has the defensive archers, but look at that, I said like I didn't like this archery range, it felt too much on the outside, and it will even get torn down here. Villagers are going at it, having an upgrade or a bonus to kill buildings, and look at that, only down to 900 HP.
And it will go down immediately, and also, I mean, those archers, do they really do damage? No fletching. We have the armor done from Nicov. Those archers are pretty much point useless right now. And Nicov will just clean all those archeries. Suddenly, even a good wood position. The Malians have the cheaper cost on those, cheaper wood cost on those buildings. But again, that is so much damage being done from Nicov right now. And already going for the extra tower as well. I'm not really sure why I didn't finish the first one. I mean, he was denied by the tower, so I guess that was the point. He should maybe even delete the first tower, not sure. Maybe he wants to try to build it later. And trying to bring in 2 more villagers, going to try to tower the other gold of DauT.
Now going for the second archery ranges. When do we ever see archery ranges killed in Feudal Age? But yeah, lots of villagers out, Amade out, and DauT sneaky attack with 3 archers, no fletching. I'm not sure if that will do much damage.
Yeah, I mean, without the fletching, there's no way. He's getting the blacksmith up now, but how many archers does he have? I mean, I see pretty much 2 archers right now, and he's bringing 3 archers on Nicov, but again, those villagers having the +1 armor, he can just eat those archers up with the villagers, and yeah. I think 3 archers definitely won't be enough.
Absolutely not, and Nicov just in full control here, now even snacks the deer out of the face of DauT here in, in the front.
Yeah, so amazing, and I mean, I think that Nicov could even... I guess he wants to take it safe, that's why he's not going for the tower on the gold. And I think that's completely fine, having this lead, you really don't want to go for those risk plays. And he's just taking it safe, trying to go around, trying to see what he can actually find. And now the archers are coming in, he will go on the stone, but again, how does he actually kill the villagers? The fletching is done, so might be nice damage. Look at that, and now he's fighting on downhill, and here comes the defensive tower, and I think that it will go up, not even losing the 1 villager. So again, DauT in such a disadvantage at the moment.
The beautiful micro here by Nicov. Let's take a look. The villagers should be microed back, and yeah, it feels very, very safe. At the same time, his defensive tower is doing a lot of nice defensive work.
And look at the tower coming out from Nicov, and DauT does see it, but how does he react? Look at the tower on DauT's gold. How does he react to this? Look at that.
At the moment, he's pulling villagers, dropping stone now, and now
what does he want to do? Oh, here we go, gonna go for defensive. I think he's not even... He will probably make it, but I mean, the tower from Nicov will go up, and now all of DauT's gold is pretty much under fire, as we said. I mean, where does he get gold now?
Yeah, I think he should have walled those villagers in, but actually that's what Nicov will do. So, no, Nicov will run out, so that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, look at that, going for double archery now from DauT. So imagine the loss on that wood, losing 2 archeries and now having to rebuild them. That is very, very costly.
Luckily, it's Malians. With any other civilization, he would have been down so much more. But okay, let's see what he will try to do now. Trying to retake that hill here. Amade still out, still doing the damage. DauT at... Yeah, a very poor eco, lots of idols, still a lot of villagers on berries as well. Only now the second lumber camp, still very inefficient when it comes to gold. 5 villagers inside the tower there, and Nicov on the other side. If I look at his resources, it feels a bit like Castle Age isn't too far away.
I totally agree, and now he's even going for the archery range, and I think that he knows that he can just deny all of DauT's golds, that's why he's towering. And look at that, now gonna go to the uphill fight. I think he can actually force him back, but nice micro from DauT. He's actually sniping those man-at-arms quite nicely, so he might actually be safe. But look at that, 3 auto attack cancels from DauT so far. That is so unlucky, 3 auto attack cancels. It's really painful, but he still will clean it up as the high ground is down. Might even pick up a villager. Nice micro from Nicov, dodging the arrow fire, but it... Again, so many auto attack cancels. I think there was 5 in total. So really missed micro from DauT there.
Yeah, a bit surprising, maybe misjudging the lag there against the Argentinian guy. And yeah, but in the end, it was a pretty good engagement for him. Maybe could have gotten one villager more.
Yeah, quite funny, you know, we are laughing about DauT's micro, and now he tries to show us that he can micro, and he misses 5 auto attacks.
Yeah.
That is quite ironic indeed. And now the 2 skirmishers will completely get off DauT's 3 archers, and now he has to run away. And as you said, Nicov is close actually to going up. Going to go even tower his gold just to be safe. And if you look at DauT, not even 50 food for him so far. And Nicov really close to that castle age, and I think that if he can get to that without getting harassed from those archers which are coming in, so it will be interesting if DauT can actually put enough damage to set Nicov behind. And will this castle age be really risky from Nicov as he's building more and more towers everywhere so right now.
Yeah, and it's not like Nicov is a bit ahead when it comes to castle age timing, but it's just miles away. DauT only has at the moment like 5 farms, now seeding more, is still on skirm production, so that will be a solid 2-3 minutes when it comes to earlier castle age timing here.
For sure, and now the question is, can DauT actually do damage? He has a lot of archers, it will go, but the tower will be done. If he can drop like 2 more houses just to wall to the archer, that would be really nice, and he's not doing that. And now DauT actually might pick off some vills. No, they get garrisoned instantly, and he has to go around. He knows he cannot go under that tower because it will be just such a bad position from him, because he can't really idle. He has to do the damage. Now Nicov, what is that villager doing there with the stone? Who is the villager? A little bit unfortunate there from him.
Yeah, that's quite funny there. I'm not really sure what he misclicked there on 10 more stone. But yeah, DauT in somewhat of a control. Look at that. He is at 400 food here. So he is looking into castle age as well. And at the moment he has a control. Army count 24 to 4.
Yeah, and now look at DauT going actually for the far... I mean, Nicov, my bad, going for... I'm not really sure DauT's there, you could say, but I think that it's really nice that he does find the 1 gold DauT actually has, and he might even tower that in the future. As now archers coming out, but the high ground from the tower and having 4 skirmishers should be enough to defend that gold, and DauT not being able to do the damage you want at this point.
Yeah, Nicov is super safe, and Nicov actually going for the eagle switch here, not going for any feudal age army that he can upgrade later on. Oh, actually, no. And so eagles will be his choice here.
I think that's very fair, because he knows he's facing more archers and skirmishers. The question is, does he fight off the army, or does he go straight to DauT's base and just try to hit the economy at this point?
I believe he should be... I'm not sure. At the moment he's doing a great job fighting with the skirmishers. And yeah, I believe killing the army would be a bit better, since DauT has towers at home, has some army at home most likely. So I would try to go for the kill, but DauT is standing more to the front, so killing that isn't that easy.
Yeah, it's going to be quite hard. Maybe even a defensive siege workshop from Nicov could come down in the future, but he's lacking a lot of wood, and he has nice food and gold economy. And here we go, the castle age is up. Eagle warrior is searched immediately. We got eagle scouts coming out, as well as chainmail armor. Pretty expected stuff as he's switching into those full eagle builds. And the question is, does DauT realize? I mean, he should realize this. He hasn't seen any archers at all from Nicov coming out so far.
Huh, it is. Yeah, kind of possible to read into that. He only saw some skirmishers, but he knows that his enemy has +1/+1 already researched, so actually only +1 defense, right? So yeah, he thinks better of it and is just retreating, waiting for his castle age upgrade as well, and then just hoping to go for upgraded crossbows. And he's adding 2 stables, so some more knights to buffer in front.
I think that's very good. I think that's very good, yeah, because again, here he sees the eagle, and this is what I'm talking about, you know, he stands it 1 by 1, he's not going to do enough damage. He probably needs around maybe even 7 to 8 to actually be able to just kite around and do actually good value trades. So I think DauT is not actually in that bad of a spot right now. He's kind of surviving the aggression, and the problem with the Eagle Warriors, they are kind of slow to actually mess up and, you know, trying to put on the damage. And now look at DauT's economy. I mean, he's looking with pretty good resources, nearly up stone for the castle. So really good now so far.
Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, and Incas, is he going for some Kamayuks? I don't see that really coming here. University now for DauT, going for Crossbowman, Lead Skirms, and Botkin Arrow. So doing all the upgrades here. Let's take a look how many knights he's adding. At the moment, not doing the upgrades for them. But yeah, only some knights in the front to buffer against Eagle Warriors would be totally fine.
I think that is very okay-ish, okay to do from his perspective. And the question is, I mean, look at the Seed Workshop bot front as well from DauT, so I guess he wants to actually try to put the harassment on forward TC and the Seed Workshop from Nicov as well, going even for the tower. So we will see quite an aggressive play. And I mean, look at the score even now. DauT actually, I think, is in a pretty okay-ish position to say the least so far.
Army counters. Wow, what did Nicov do? Did micro back the forward villager and get the other 3 into the tower, not losing a single HP there. Beautiful move and interesting tower. So +1 attack now for Nicov as well. It feels like we'll see a lot of Mangonel against Mangonel fighting here.
Yeah, and I mean, you have the Eagles from Nicov to snipe the Mangonels. You have the Knights from DauT already having +1 armor as well to snipe the Mangonels. I mean, so you have everything to snipe the Mangonels from both sides. So this will be very interesting. And now the Mangonel is out from Nicov and DauT going blind. He can react. He's pulling back really good there from him. Also, the university is done, and the Malian university being so fast, he can get the ballistics so much faster because of the team bonus of Malians. So that is very good as well.
Now even expanding, trying to get some more deer. At the same time, Nicov actually having some sneaky builds here at the right hand side as well. And yeah, DauT has a pretty scary army, but a vulnerable one as well. So I'm very interested how they will play this out. DauT now even going for the +1 attack for his knights. Let's see how he will play it out.
I think that, yeah. Definitely. I think that is just for sniping Mangonels and just killing Eagles. And now he's coming in with a push and he will be on the tower. But look at, I mean, here we go. Nicov is actually massing quite a lot of Eagle Warriors. So that might be in the long run really nice if he can get a nice fight and surround the Eagle, archers and skirmishers. And then the Mangonels come in for the finishing blow. So let's see if that will be the play he will try to make at this stage.
And yeah, still missing some of the monks, I would say, to get some converts against the knights here, trying to get up another tower, trying to get the high ground. DauT actually pushing pretty nicely. Not enough villagers in the first tower, if you ask me.
Yeah, definitely, and now, I mean, he has the elite skirmishers, he has the knights, he can actually tank some of these arrow fires, so he's actually trying to go. I don't think he should try to force this. Yeah, he's trying to retreat a little bit clunky on the tower. Will take nice damage, and he might get surrounded, as I just said. He has the high ground on those eagles, so I think that he can't even take the fight at this position, because the high ground gives him some edge on those eagles. And now 2 Mangonels from Nicov coming out, so let's see who can actually win the micro. This will be very important on those Mangonel shots especially.
Oh yeah, Magnets were kind of weirdly stuck behind there, so they didn't go in. Maybe some Magnet shots now. Not really, and DauT. Oh, killing a boar.
And the TC from Nicov. Oh yeah. And I did miss the forward TC from Nicov. He could have maybe tried to snap some villagers with the knights there, but that is okay. We'll be actually in a good position there.
Okay, DauT is going in for a second time. Most of the army is now out of position. He needs some monks there. Maybe you can see some big Magno shots. DauT isn't seeing it at the moment. Oh no, now he's retreating. So Nicov just standing in his Magno to in line of sight of DauT to scare him away for now.
Indeed, and I think that is completely fine because he has to secure the gold, and now coming with a nice Magno shot on those knights, but again not being able to actually do the damage, and the monk is out, so the big fight is actually coming, guys.
Oh, let's see, one reasonable Magno shot here and one other shot coming in, and DauT losing a lot there.
Oh, that was a really good shot indeed, but he did trade off with the 2 Mangonels, and now, I mean, Nicov can actually kill that army. There's not enough crossbows. He's already retreating, and he will go for that like little hole in the wood, and probably will lose all of his army. So really bad fight from DauT here.
Not all all of them fitting in there, and now the Eagles, they aren't attacking though. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Nicov is retreating. So DauT kind of getting out alive there. Just waiting for another Magna would be an option. Maybe DauT could go in again now. But yeah, that's just heavy losses.
Indeed. And also he has barely 10 archer units now. Look at Nicov trying to go with the Eagle Warriors, maybe going for the full raid so far. And if you look at DauT, he's on 3 TC, Nicov the same, so both kind of just trying to go for that boom stage as well as just making army. And now Nicov is patrolling the Eagles. I think he might even be waiting for DauT to move those archer units out so he can just snipe them and be done with it.
Maybe going in with some of the skirms as well to help out. DauT just camping there, buying himself some more time. It seems like DauT is going for more knights here, and Nicov is continuing to produce in Castle Age as well. So no Imperial upgrades in sight for both players.
Yeah, but I mean, DauT has okay resources, 400 food, 900 gold, so might be the case. Nicov sitting on way less food if you ask me, and maybe DauT wants to squeeze it out. I mean, it could be very risky, but if he can get it, those Malian cavalry are quite strong, and he actually might do a lot of damage with those if he gets the unique upgrade from the castle as well, which if people don't know is cavalry get +5 attack.
In general, +5 attack?
Yes, yes it is.
I thought it was against buildings or something. Okay.
No, it's 5 attack on the cavalry.
Okay.
That is, and now, I mean, yeah, that could be the case.
Okay, so...
And he does squeeze it up.
Okay, so DauT, is he going for more stables? Not for now. And the TC is a bit under fire, and that's something we pointed out earlier before. All the gold spots very much here on the left-hand side.
Yeah, indeed. And I mean, Incas have the Kameyuks, and oh, a nice mangonel shot on those gold villagers. Going to try to go again, not being able to. But I think that, as I mentioned, Incas do have nice unique units which counter cavalry. But I mean, do you see a castle from Nicov? He has the stone, so he will go for one soon. But again, if DauT can surprise and go for those strong cavalry, he might actually just completely push out Nikov's Eagle Warriors at this point.
Oh, let's see. Mango shot. Nice ground attack. Look at that. So many HP lost here. And
was really good, yeah.
trying to build a castle there. But thinks better of it. Will probably reposition.
Yeah, indeed. I think that would
so
be
much more defensive.
Yeah, that is very defensive castle. And the thing is, again, if he goes for the raiding, I mean, the castle kind of defends the TC, but again, the back is so exposed to full night raiding. Even the side is so exposed to full night raiding. Go. And coming with Eagle Warriors, I'm not sure what he wants to do. It's kind of, I think he wants to bait, because if you look at him, he has 4 monks behind, so maybe he wants to bait. And now going for the mangonel attack, he is fighting high ground. What is DauT doing? He's going back with the mangonel, going to slap it, and now Nicov has to get 4 converts out of these monks, otherwise he will be in a bad position. Even coming with the villagers to go to mangonel, a huge fight coming out, and look at the conversions! Oh my god.
And he's indeed getting those 4 like you wanted to see. Losing 1 knight here at the front, but still 3 knights out. And trading 1 for 1 with the Magnuts as well. That was pretty reasonable for Nicov here. He is up to Imperial Age as well 2 minutes later. How well are those Eagle Warriors going to perform against those Malians Knights or Cavaliers? I think he needs to act some Kameyuk.
Exactly, or even more monks could be the case. And now the castle is coming out from DauT, so he knows he wants to get the upgrade. He knows it's very important. And you see, yeah, and already cavalry getting their surge, that's pretty expected. And already knights moving out to the side, as I said, will maybe go for the raiding. And look at that, 10 archery units coming out as well. Maybe he can pick off a villager or 2. Quite interesting to see those still alive.
Only now wheelbarrows. That's a bit late if you ask me. Let's take a look. Cavaliers now trying to go for this sneak around here. And a push actually through the middle. Now Eagle Warriors coming for the back. And those villagers here at the gold are in danger. But not too many villagers out anyways.
Yeah, and I think that one good play from DauT could be a forward trebuchet coming out, as all the army from Nicov is being forced back to deal with those knights, and he has the Imperial advantage, so going for maybe a trebuchet push could be really nice on that castle, but not happening yet. And now look at the raiding coming out from those knights, just getting some sweet villager kills, not a lot, but still helps in the long run if he can save those knights and then heal them up with the monks. That could be a really good raiding.
Yeah, let's see. DauT now continuing to push. At the moment, I want to see Nicov maybe even go for the harbor, the attack, because at the moment the Eagle Warriors won't help him too much.
Indeed, or even go for those cameos as I mentioned before. They're really good. And he's already making fuel from the castle, but that is just to fend off the cavalry at this point. And now the monks coming out from Nicov. DauT cannot take this fight. He completely has to go back. Here we go, the conversions coming out, and DauT, where is he going? He still might get surrounded. Maybe some slam gates getting from Nicov just to block on the mill, and no slam gates from Nicov. I'm a little bit disappointed because that could be some conversions coming out in the end of that, but he will not get them, so a little bit disappointed there, but we'll be fine regardless of that.
Kamayuk now fighting off against all the Cavaliers with their +1 range, doing some long or short distance damage still. Oh, but now hand cannon the attack for DauT, so he is prepared to fight off infantry only.
Yeah, now Nikov's taking a little bit unfortunate fight, but the monks are in the back, but only 2 monks, and I mean, if he keeps chasing DauT, he can actually try to go for those eagle kills, and here we go, the faster chemistry done by Malians, already HC out, so I think that in development, I mean, they're both kind of trying to counter each other, so I'm not really sure who will come on top of that one.
Let's see. Skirmishes, not 100% sure if that's the right unit you want to go for in the very long run. Some Cavaliers now out to raid down this trap and most likely will.
And look at the fight on the top. Look at the fight. Nick, I'm not paying attention. 3 monks completely exposed. DauT, kill him. DauT, kill him. They're both not paying attention. So unlucky. That could be 300 gold value. And DauT cleaning up those eagles is really good for him. And look at that. 2 idle armies. Oh my god.
Okay, couriers now coming out for Nicov. Oh, and actually getting 2 converts and a hold. And oh,
yeah, that was really
finally
good.
Right here at the right hand side.
Look at the castle under fire. He will go down in 1 more shot. 3 trebuchets already out from DauT, and a shot coming in, and he will save it for now. But the castle is so much under fire. I don't think the castle can actually survive this shot. The next 2 shots should take it down, and it is down. So no cameos from Nicov available, and he does even DauT even finding the TC on the right. So I think DauT is in a little bit better position right now. It's really close, but again, it is quite a good position on the army development as he has full HC control right now. It looks like Nicov might even go for arbalest. He has some archers out.
Yeah, absolutely looks like it, and he's not going at the main gold spot in this base, so I'm super confused by that. Is he getting any gold at the moment? Only some here at the front. It feels like he's completely ignoring that gold spot here.
Yeah, exactly, and he's getting some from DauT's base, but I don't think he sees the gold. I'm not even kidding. I think he completely forgot about that. And now the second castle under fire. I don't even think he can fight this, even with the crossbow, and I don't think he can snipe these hand cannoneers so far. I mean, DauT has a nice number of them, and when he will spot his gold? That's the real question.
I have no idea. Now going for the market, maybe trying to get some efficiency there. Braces now coming out, bombard cannons now on the back. This feels like DauT is trying to get revenge for that Highland game here.
Indeed, and look at that, he did see the mining camps, double mining camp instantly dropped, so a little bit unfortunate from Nicov there.
Oh, but weird positioning, both touching the gold. I think that's something you don't want to do in Imperial Age.
That's true, yeah. That is true, and especially if you want to put like really heavy on those gold villagers as well.
So more Eagle Warriors.
And look at the right TC from Nicov. Yeah, look at the right TC on DauT's base. It's completely just dying, and Nikov's not even paying attention. He just can't even react. I mean, the TC is dying, the villager is dying. So again, I think DauT map control even better from him so far. Even expanding on the left on his base, dropping a castle and a mill as well. So I think DauT is in a really controlling position at the moment.
Absolutely feels like it, and still no harbor is out. At the moment, Nicov still 25 more villagers, but behind by 20 army, and DauT is just looking so strong with his army composition at the moment. Nicov, look at those poor upgrades. No chemistry, no +3, not even having enough of the defense upgrades.
Indeed, and I think he's so far behind development at this stage, and I mean now he's getting forced off that gold, and the bomber cannons even can do some nice sniping on those archer units. So I mean the HC number from DauT is just too much. I don't even think Nicov can deal with this. He's just way outnumbered and out-teched at this stage.
Oh yeah, and no buffer now for his skirms. I believe those light caps will just do so much on those cavaliers here at the front. Look at that, army count is just dropping so heavily. Now getting onto some more Kamayuks. Yeah, he is getting a relic here in the back. That's nice, but is it enough? I think just a lack of army at the front hurts so much.
Indeed, and look at DauT, he only has the Forging Research, so not even the unique upgrade done, and not even the extra attacks from the blacksmith, and he's still killing everything so far.
Oh man, Kamayuks now trying to go to the front. Yeah, they have +6 defense, but just the low numbers. I think he needs to regroup more. Sending in them one by one is absolutely not an option here. Nikov's army control been very poor the last 3-4 minutes, I have to say.
Yeah, now the forward castle as well, and what does Nicov do if DauT pushes to the main goal? Then I think it's game over at that stage.
It kind of is. At the moment he's staying on skirms anyway, so that's not the most important thing, but yeah, the long run tag has to be different.
Look at right, look at right. He's going on Elite Eagle Warriors, going for full rating from those red barracks now, so he needs the gold if he wants to put the pressure on DauT. Trying to put rating off, and he will just get completely denied off gold in the next pretty much 1 minute. And I think that he will just be in a bad position.
Indeed, and now still 20 villagers ahead, but yeah, the military numbers is just incredible. Look at that, the army value close to 8k to 2k.
Indeed. Now doing some nice raiding on DauT's base, but I don't even think that will be enough, because again, he's just completely losing all of the front buildings, losing even some of the villagers on the gold as well. So I mean, yeah, as you said, army was so much behind, and now DauT even taking into some elite skirmishers just to clean those archers up, cleaning the eagle warriors with the cavalry as well. So he's in a very good position so far.
Soon Nicov will have no TCs. Look at that. Main TC 180 HP, side TC 700 HP, and he has no other TCs at the moment. Yeah, he has enough of villagers, but still, you need to have some TCs to replenish your losses.
And also, and now he's dropping 2 TCs on that wood on the top hill. Look at that, as you just mentioned. He wants to get those TCs up. That is a good position on TCs, but look at the amount of idols Nicov has. I mean, he's just under like full chaos so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to get another TC up over here. Now getting a reasonable engagement here with all the skirmishers going for some spearmen in the front. And yeah, a lot of hand cannoneers going down, so I don't dislike that.
Oof, what a good shot.
Yeah, bombard cannons are doing their work there.
Yeah, indeed, and those skirmishers, you know, they do almost like 1 damage to those bombard cannons, so it's so hard for Nicov to actually deal with just that one bombard cannon. The GG gets called. That was pretty expected. Well played by DauT, actually pulling it back. As we said, he was quite behind in the feudal age, and then just pulling back with the better army composition, more army and better decision making on pushing the middle.
I'm not sure how strong the Incas are. I think I have to play them a bit more. Actually, the attack at the start was so good. I just felt like he should have forced the issue more in Castle Age. Maybe do a pikeman push, maybe more eagles, maybe a crossbowman. But playing the long game, I feel like Incas are really falling behind there.
Yeah, indeed, and especially against melee, which pretty much are, you could almost say, built to counter that, right? Yeah, you have the faster university, so you can get, you know, gunpowder faster. You also have the strong cavalry. He didn't even get the upgrades, but still, they're really nice against eagles. So you could say that melee has really good, actually, tools to just, you know, completely suppress the eagle raid, suppress the even Kamayuks if he does go for that with the hand cannoneers. So I think that well played by DauT, and really a good civilization matchup, pretty much in DauT's favor.